Dune is sci-fi at its best. So yeah, what's up? I guess you're wondering why am I doing a video on Dune when it's science fiction when I said at first that I was going to do videos only on Cape Cinema. Well, that being said, I fucking love sci-fi. Science fiction has always been my favorite genre as a kid. I love mostly everything from Back to the Future, Star Wars, Planet of the Apes, Ghost in the Shell, and all that. I said mostly because I never fully vibe with Star Trek. Oops, sorry. It's just that me and Star Trek never had like a good connection, so yeah. Now, that being said, I loved Dune. Dune is one of the best theater experiences I have felt since, I don't know, probably like Avengers Infinity War, I guess? I don't know. But I have never experienced anything like this. The truth is, Dune is a modern masterpiece in the sci-fi genre. Denis Villeneuve has brought in another banger to his collection of movies. For those of you who don't know his work, I highly recommend movies like Prisoners and Blade Runner 2049. The importance of mastering the craft, am I right? His direction in this movie is masterful. Every scene in this film has its own purpose to the story. He managed to create this complex world filled with strong characters, beautiful sets and costume, which I'm going to address right now, and mad props to the set designers and costume for working their asses off in creating new planets, people, and weapons. I literally felt that I left the theater and entered the world of Dune. This is what science fiction is supposed to create. This crazy world with human stories in it, so the audience can feel the emotion and the experience that the characters go through. Honestly, this movie was as good as the shoes my friend Jihad wore on Friday when we went to see this movie. Denis managed to do this with the beloved sequel Blade Runner 2049, creating this cyberpunk LA and make it feel real. Dune is also unlike other sci-fi movies because it doesn't depend on the action that we as audience members tend to expect in modern science fiction blockbuster movies. It is a story that contains a new and different lore that is not known to expect. The action in this movie is short by a 10, especially the scenes with Jason Momoa in it. That dude rocks, if I'm being honest. The story is a slow burn. Honestly, all of Denis Villeneuve movies are like slow burns that many people will not like it. That is fine, but honestly, I highly recommend this movie. Although it will be disappointing if this movie fails, cause I want the sequel. So please, people, another thing I love about this movie was the score. Hans Zimmer's score in this movie was amazing. It was beautiful. Everything, it was just wow. Another thing that I also loved, by the way, was the performances by the main cast. From Timothée Chalamet, I'm sorry if I said his name wrong, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Zendaya, and Jason Momoa. All these actors knocked it out of the park with their performances. Dune is an example that modern blockbusters can still be legendary and prove that there is still class in the craftsmanship behind them. A lot of critique that I hear on modern blockbuster cinema is that just filled with sequels, soullessness, and cash grabs filled with lazy work. Truth be told, this movie, it's not one of them. It is a weird time that we live in cinema. Anything outside of Marvel, of the whole Marvel brand, or another big franchise like say the DC Comics movies or James Bond, for example, but people only watch them because, you know, they're long-lasting franchises. New ideas are really failed to recollect money in the box office, which is kind of disappointing. Like, for example, look at what happened to the movie The Last Duel that had like a budget of $100 million and only collected $4 million on its opening weekend. We're talking about a lot of money that the studio lost in that movie. But to be honest, the marketing in that movie was pretty bad, unlike Dune that had like pretty good marketing. Now, that being said, original ideas are like, or new book adaptations are likely to fail. Honestly, sad, and I really don't want this movie to fail. This movie is excellent from top to bottom. The pacing in this movie, it all depends on how you like the movies, because me personally, I felt the pacing in the entire movie was excellent. Some of my friends actually told me at the second half of the movie the pacing felt a little slow and everything, but I did not feel that, and they felt it. But honestly, I respect their opinion. They know a lot about movies, so yeah. But hey, honestly, this movie's really good. I highly recommend it, and I hope to see more movie like this, because this is the type of movie I want to see in the future, you know? More Dune. We need more Dune in cinema.